Guys, welcome back. Now we are starting with chapter 3. In last chapter, we discussed how we add global styles using three of the approaches and how to add dynamic styles also. So now we'll discuss how to optimize fonts and images. Okay, again, something on the UI. This will be interesting. In this chapter, you will learn how to add styles to your next application. Okay. Oh, we are going to learn three things: how to add custom fonts with Next font. Okay. How to add images with Next images. So there are some things, these two things are Next native. How fonts and images are optimized in Next.js. Okay, they'll tell it how they will minify the sizes of images, which is an essential thing. It's a great thing that they are providing this in the framework. I don't know if we have anything similar in Angular. I have to check that. I'll add that to my to-do. Why optimize fonts? Fonts play a significant role, okay, but custom fonts in the project can affect performance. That's true. Anything with a heavy file size can affect your application. So cumulative layout shift is a metric used by Google to evaluate the performance. Okay, we'll check what it is maybe later. With fonts, layout shift happens when the browser initially renders text in a fallback or system font and then swaps it for a custom font once it has loaded. Okay, so this is the matrix how they calculate. They render it in a default font, then add the font, then applied R font to that already rendered content. This swap can cause the text size, spacing, or layout to change, shifting elements around it. That is true if you are using it. So they're shown some example where gray part is the initial load, how it loaded at first. Then there's a layout shift. True. So optimize fonts in the application when you use the next font module. It downloads font file at build time and host them with your other static assets. This means when a user visits your application, there are no additional network requests for font, which could impact performance. Okay, they are bundling. They are not minifying, they are only bundling the fonts part and sending along with the request. Initial request. It's time to take a quiz. How does Next.js optimize? It causes no. It disables. Oh, yeah, it hosts. Let's check if we are correct. Yes. Adding a primary font. Let's add a custom Google font to your application. So they are using fonts provided by Google. In your app UI folder, create a file named font.ts approved folder. This font. Acha, app UI fonts.ts. Do we have any fonts.ts file already here? I think not. Let's add it. Fonts.ts. You will use this file to keep the font that you will use throughout your app. Okay. Import enter font from the next font Google. Then specify what subset you would like to load. In this case, Latin. Okay. Copy this. Winter font we are using. Latin. Let's save this. Finally, add the font to the body. Alright, we are adding to body. That means it is applied to the whole application. So we'll first import it. Oh, let me copy that. Let's import it in our layout file. Layout, right? Layout file and then add that to only this part. Add this as the class name. So we added this as a class name. Interesting. What we are doing here is key using destructuring imported enter dot class name anti-alias size alias whatever it is. By adding enter to the body element, the font will add separation. That's true. Tailwind anti. Okay. Have you also here? You are also adding the tailwind anti-aliased class, which smooths out the font. Okay. It's not necessary to use this class. Oh, that means this part is not for font. This part is tailwind. You're adding this class. Okay. Maybe to increase or decrease the sharpness of the font. Uh, which class? Sort of. Okay. We just smooth out the font. It is not necessary to use this class. Okay. Navigate to your browser, open DevTools, and select the body element. You should see enter and they are now applied under styles. Okay. Let's see if there is any difference to my font. Does this look the same? Looks same to me. Let's try it without this. Yep, looks same. Maybe there is something that we might be missing. Let's see what they are saying in the next part. Adding a secondary font. You can also add font to specific elements of your application. Okay. Now it's your turn. Now it's your turn. In your font TS file, you got a secondary font called Lusitana and pass it to P element. Hmm. In addition to specifying a subset like you did before, you should also specify different font weights. For example, 400 normal, 700 bold, but below for the solution. Okay, let's see if we can successfully import it. Let's go to font, mm, like copy the same import syntax, replace the with Lusitana. I hope you do not have issues with the dialect. Now the next part is exporting this newly imported font and let's paste this Lusitana intercepted. Let's keep it as it is. Okay, but I think we have to replace this. Yes. It says we don't have this subset. Oh, we can only add weight. This is not a valid property. So, okay, they were saying something about weight as well. Let's see what it was saying. It says, in addition to specifying subset like you did before, you should also specify different font weights. Subset is, let's, so what I see here is it says the weight property is not optional, although we can have subset as Latin in array format that we have already added. So that is fine. It's only about the weight part that it is asking us to add. So what weight do we need to add? Example 400 normal, 700 bold. So let's add 400 or maybe 700. Wait, 700. Hmm. It says number is not assignable. Then let's change to string. Then once you're ready, expand the code snippet below. reveal the solution. A cleaner approach, formatting. We should be taking care of the formatting part of a code. We not always rely on, it's not a good thing to always rely on the linter to do it for you. It's better if you do it regularly and only use linter to help you or fix the things that you have missed originally. Now, what it is saying next? Key I have to add to the P. Yes, that thing we have missed. So, okay, let's copy it from here using some tailwind classes as well. So, we are doing a mix of both approaches. That's new uh, on the page. Where's our page? Where's our page? P tag. Oh, was this the same file? No, it's line number 10. It's at line number 10. Do we have another P? No, that is the only P I have. So I'll add this to this only. Yep, the this part is redundant. Let's remove this part. Don't need. We don't need this. And also, we don't need this part. As it is redundant, we need this part. No, I don't think so. And we okay. Then we are missing some curly braces or what are okay. We have to end this part. We are missing one quote. Why they have used the same quotes? They haven't. It's just us that added this quote. They didn't added this quote after this part. I think now this should work fine. It says keep this is not imported. Let's import. Quick fix. Add import. Done. Save it. In fonts also. Let's save this. Finally, the Acme logo. Acme logo. Where is that Acme logo? Hmm. Are we done loading? The Acme logo component uses Lucianafall. It was commented out to prevent errors. You can now uncomment it. Okay. Oh, let's find the Acme logo part. Here it is. Uncommented. It says key. It was using this font. Does it? Let me check that quickly. Yes, it was. Why it is showing an error? It should not, right? Yep. Huh, great. You have added two custom fonts to your application. Next, I add a hero image to the homepage. Hmm. Added fonts, but I have not seen the difference. Have I? I see something here. Okay. Uh, do you see any error? No. It says key serve static. Next.js can serve static assets like images under the top level. That is true. Then files inside public. We in any framework we simply keep our static content inside a public folder only. and that is a go-to practice even for any server that you are going to use, maybe Nginx or anything that you want to use to host it. Now, with regular HTML, you add an image as follows, right? Yes, we do that in normal HTML. We add a source, which is the path to the file, and an alternate text, which should be displayed till the image is loaded. This means you have to manually ensure your image is responsive. Yes. Different devices. Yes. Prevent layout shift. Yep. We have to do all that thing. And also lazy load of images. That we have to do using the new lazy decorator syntax. Hmm. So image optimization is a large topic. Consider specialization itself instead of manually implementing. You can use the next image component to automatically optimize your images. Yep, we'll do that. The image component is an extension of HTML image. Okay. Okay. That means we do not have to use the image tag anymore, img tag anymore. But now on, we have to use the image with I capital. Okay. This will do all the things for us. Now let's add the image. It says in the public folder, you'll see there are two image PNG images, mobile and this movie. Where is my public folder? Should be in the root level. Yes, desktop version, PNG, and mobile version. Okay. Huh. What does it say? These two images are completely different. They will be shown depending if the user device is a desktop or mobile. Okay. So in your page, I'll import the next image module. Let's copy this file. Go to the page file. It's important. Import it. Done. Now the next thing is to add hero image here. There is some comment. Let's check if we have that comment. Maybe they are asking us to add it here. I don't see any commented. Okay, I see. I see. My mistake. It is here. I have added it. Perfect. The part is done. Let's do the formatting. Oh, let's do the formatting. Save it. Hmm. Then, so the thing is, we may have added few of the things to the wrong place. It's possible. Here you are setting. Okay, what we are doing here? We are setting provided the source word height, a default height, or the max height. Okay, it's a good practice. Keeping the aspect ratio identical also. Okay, not the size the image is rendered, but instead the size of the actual image file used to understand the aspect ratio. Okay, I added that for the aspect ratio only. You can also notice that a class hidden button, class hidden to remove the image from the DOM on mobile screens. Okay, MD block, mobile device, MD to show the image on desktop screen. Okay, we have added this event so that blocks it. Also, you'll notice the class hidden to okay, again. This is what your home page should look like now. It should look like this. Then we already have made some mistakes. We'll fix it. Okay, did we save this file? Yes. Now check it. I can see the image, but this global, this icon that is that is not rendering right. Maybe we have to move this class out of here. Welcome to Acme. Welcome to Acme. Where have we added this font to the P? P. That's right. So this part was fine. And why do we see an issue? Or no? Hmm. Maybe we'll have to check that later. Now adding the mobile hero image. Now it's your turn to enter the add image tag width 560 and just added. Add another image. Okay. Okay. Let's do the same thing again. Add the second image also with some height and width value. First thing is in desktop. So replace that with mobile. Right? Mobile PNG. What is the height ratio we need? Width 560, 620. Then 560, then 620. And now we have to mobile device. What should we call the desktop DD? Okay, I don't know what is the MD hidden. MD block. What does this mean? Okay, so MD is basically a utility class. So here we have to use hidden. Hidden. What else? Okay, display none. My bad. Uh, okay, MD hidden. Hide the element. Okay, alright. So are we done with this? MD hidden. Yes, we are done with this. Do we need to do anything else? Showing on mobile version. Change the alternate text. Showing mobile. Let's save this. Let's check it. Let's check it. Can we see? Now let's switch to a mobile view. Do we see any image? I don't see any image at all. What do we have? The mobile page part. We have this image. Then why can't I see it when I switch to a mobile view? Oh. What am I missing? Without image dimension, where fonts are common cause of layout shit. Yes, that is true. So I have just realized two mistakes that I have fixed. These two mistakes were first thing is that this thing is redundant. So in original code, there was some CSS that we have applied Tailwind using Tailwind, which displays this logo. So it is now fixed. The other thing was about this one, mobile device, display image. So we copied and pasted the above code, but we forgot to change this hidden to block. So that is why it was not showing this image earlier. But now on the mobile device, it's showing this, and on the desktop, it's showing this image. All looks fine, working great. Let's move to the next chapter. Yep, nothing left. Let's move to the next chapter.